Said there's pink black girls, not area codes. These black girls need to be in the shows. Be on the runways, not just mood boards. On top of that, we got a steam in your team. Look at your crown, natural, relax at a Jericho. One time soft and sheen. Where black girl magic is sometimes blue. My broken head.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Miss Allisonn. For those of you that are new and for those of you that have been with me for a minute, welcome back. So today, as you can see by the title, I am finally starting to work on my foyer transformation. I know it's been a lot of me being outside these past couple of weeks, but I'm just now at the point to where it's like, Allisonn, you don't live outside, you live on the inside. Nice. Sit. Go lay down. But yeah, I live on the inside, y'all. I don't live on the outside, and I'm just like, you know, I'm really just trying to get as much situated before the holidays actually start to come up. So, without further ado, let me show you real quick what I'm doing. I'm actually sitting down. I ain't feel like sitting up, but let me show you what's going on. So, let's move this way. So right now, this is, oh gosh. Okay, so remember a while ago, y'all, when I painted all of this was painted as well, like I stopped here. And so it's like this, you know, like this line, so yeah. So I have to, my plans are to paint this entire wall white along with this side as well. But on this wall I will be doing picture frame, what is it? Picture frame molding. Like it looked like a picture frame, but it's like trim and stuff like that. I also will be changing the light fixture, adding like a console table here and some decor on top, and then eventually I'm going to paint the door, like repaint it a different color black, and then change the hardware out. Not the hinges, because I don't want to take the entire door down, but at least the doorknob and the door, the lock, the deadbolt and the handle. So just the whole thing, I'm gonna change that eventually. I kind of know doing what I want, but not really. But yeah, so yeah, basically that's what this video is gonna be about. Just a cool full transformation. I'm really excited. Y'all was supposed to start early this morning, but I just like got so hooked up on laying down and not doing anything. Oh yeah, I just like to chill on the weekends. But you know what, I need to get up and at least throw some paint on the wall. So enough of the talking, you guys. Let's get right to let go.
It goes on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away from these beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an episode that we play. Sit right next to you. How I feel about you, think I wish away. Really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you, you. I wanna kiss you, yeah, I just wanna feel you, feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. Come through, I think I need you here. I swear it's time to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. My higher ground, my rocket love. For gravity, I'd rather stay up here.
Hey y'all, I'm back. Okay, yeah. So today is the next day, and let me show y'all real quick what I got done. And the wall is painted. Shut ice. Okay, y'all. So the wall is done, or it has its first coat of paint, and I went ahead and made sure to take the tape off because you know we've been having bad situations with leaving tape on and then ripping the paint off because I left it on too long. So, but what I wanted to show you before I started the trim work is like a little layout that I'm trying to do, like when I'm starting to do different projects. I just want to like write it down, draw it out on paper so that I can see it and make sure that I have all the correct measurements and stuff. So this is it right here, and I'm explaining, okay? Okay, yeah, so I realized that I butchered the explanation. So what I'm going to do is just list the equation of how I got my measurements down in the description. Now I'm about to get ready to cut these different trim pieces down to size so that they mimic this. And then of course I'm gonna like probably try to lay them out in the garage just to make sure they fit or that they look, you know, aligned. I'm supposed to make 2 cuts in there because, so one is gonna be, what is this? Horizontal, or no. One is gonna be like vertical, like just straight across, just to cut it down to the sides. And then the other ones is gonna be like diagonal because of when I want the moldings to connect, I want them to, you know, like kind of like lay flush against each other. About 6 of them is 84 inches already, so I don't have to do that vertical cut. I just have to do like a diagonal cut. And then the rest I have to cut them off to the size. So let me see. One last thing, so try to see if you can get a good look. So as you're looking on it, there's a thin side and then there's a thicker side right here. The thicker side is always going to be on the outside. The thicker side is going to be like outside. The one that's inside is going to be the thinner side. So you're always going to cut when you're doing diagonal. You're not going to cut from here to here. You're going to cut from here because this is the thickest side. So from here, straight diagonal across. I'm gonna go ahead and get that out the way because I didn't want to go in and out the house. And y'all. Okay, so I'm back. It's actually been a couple of days. Yeah, I was procrastinating. Seriously procrastinating, but we managed a little bit of progress. So let me show you guys real quick what I did. This here are the rest of the pieces that I had to cut. So I had to cut them all down to size, and then I also had to miter it so that it has like it's at an angle basically. So yeah, I did that to all of these pieces here, and then I went ahead and oh yeah, and then I also bought a better nail gun. This is the new Master nail gun. I needed one because the nail gun that I originally had only had nails, the largest nails was like 3/8 or 5/8 of an inch, and it just was like, it wasn't thick, it wasn't long enough to go through the trim and the wall, so it just basically didn't work. So I had to get this bad boy, y'all, and I'm so happy that it is actually an electric one. I got it off of Amazon. It was about $69. So plus tax it was about $70, but I feel like this is on the affordable side compared to a lot of the other ones that I wanted. And then also most of them were like pneumatic, so you need an air, and then if you need an air, you need an air compressor. So it was just like, it was just too much. I was gonna just rent one, but that was almost a little bit over me buying one for myself. So I was like, let me just go ahead and invest in one. It's really easy to use. They recommend that you plug the power cord directly into a wall, not an extension cord. I did have to use an extension cord because I couldn't reach up the ceiling, and it still worked, but I did have to use a hammer to hammer, like, because it'll go in, but I guess because it takes away from the power going, you know, from straight from the source, going through the extension cords, it kind of like, I think it just takes away from it, so it just didn't have as much force as it would if it was plugged directly into the wall. So yeah, I just used a little hammer to hammer the rest of it in, but I'm gonna show you guys the example of one, and then I'm gonna go through step by step showing you guys how to put the rest of it together. So here we go. So what I did was measure the entire width of the wall, which is 191 inches. I subtracted 58 3 times, which is the width of each panel, and I got 17. Then I divided 17 by 4 because there is a space in between the wall and the first panel, which is 1, these 2 panels, which is 2, these 2 panels, which is 3, and then the end of the wall and the last panel, which is going to be the 4th space. So 17 divided by 4 is 425. I didn't feel like making this block, cutting this block down to 4.25 inches, so I just got a scrap piece of trim and cut it down to size. So I'm gonna use this as my guide. I already placed the first piece of trim across, and instead of going up, I'm gonna go to the left as much as I can, as far as the bottom base, just so I can make sure that everything is neatly put. Take the piece of trim, the 1-inch block, place it at the base, right above the baseboard. Lay the trim on top, hold it in place with your feet or whatever you have. Use this piece of trim that says a guide and put it in between. Hope y'all can see that. Ooh. Place it in between this and push it over so that it's a snug fit in between these two, so you know it's that exact 4.25 distance away. Level it out until it's straight. And once you feel like it's straight, nail it in place. And I did notice that just because this is straight, it doesn't mean that the entire row is straight. So you still have to go on both sides with using the block and the level to make sure it's straight all across. You need to use your hammer to press the nails in a little deeper. Hold the trim in place. Add the guide. Make sure it's flush. level. It's good. First nail. Same thing on the left side.
If you want it, say the word, I'll try it. And now whatever I'm not fulfilling, another woman is filling. I'm gonna fulfill you, my body and spirit. When you come home, tell me on my shoulder, I will over. Baby, it hurt you, I'm here to serve. All you need.
Okay guys, so first I'm gonna get this piece of trim here on the end. Line these corners up. There may or may not be a slight gap, but don't panic about that because you can fill it in with caulk and paint over it so it'll be seamless. Go ahead and use your level again. Bottom half seems to be in a good position, so I'm going to go ahead and staple it. Well, nail it.
If I wrote you a song.
Line this up to where I feel like it should go. Ooh.
Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you.
And the last one should be pretty self-explanatory. Just placing it on the top. You may or may not have to make an extra diagonal cut just so it's flush, but ultimately if this is level and the sides are level, then this will definitely be level. So I'm done making the cut. Just had to trim it down just a little bit. Let's see. Yep. Now it fits. So real quick, you guys, I'm gonna just show you how an easy way to ensure that the upper box is aligned with the lower box, and then I'm gonna go ahead and build. You guys can watch me build the two boxes on the outsides as well. So first thing first, again, start off with your 1-inch block. So that's the gap that I want in between the bottom and the top panel. Place your trim on top. And an easy way to ensure that this is aligned with the bottom, get a random piece of trim and have the bottom of it flush towards the bottom half of the bottom panel. And then you're gonna kind of like pinch these two together. So this is perfectly flush. Try not to slide this since it's already in place. Go ahead and use your level. Ensure that it's straight. Once everything is good to go, staple it in place. Well, nail it in place. Of course, work your way down the sides.
My love, in another woman that can take your spot, my love. My love, my love. another woman that can take your spot, my love.
So yes, guys, that's pretty much how it goes in regards to just putting up the picture frame crown molding. As long as you have a good base, and then the bottom piece here, everything else should line up perfectly. Like, I hope it lines up perfectly, or as perfectly as perfect could be. So I'm gonna just stop talking, y'all. It's starting to get really dark, and I really want to get these up and the caulk up too. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish building this, and the 2 outer ones as well. Well, the 4 outer ones as well. So y'all watch me.
It's about time for making up. The times you wasn't with me waking up. Now you feel said I didn't miss your touch. I needed to distance myself from you. I was just to know you weren't you. So I confess, won't you? Can I tell you something for what it's worth? With you having it place on nothing, I'll take you there. I'll take you. Show you something, give you more than words. With you having it place on nothing, I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Take you there. Won't you fill me up till my cup's overflowing? I'm so anxious just to feel the silence. It's so quiet, but I hear you saying to me, baby, it's about time we're making up time. The times you wasn't with me waking up. Now you never said I couldn't miss your touch. I needed to distance myself from you. I was just to know you weren't you. So confess, won't you? Can I tell you something for what it is?